Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seat. The event will now begin. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the future of Ras Al Khaimah, proudly brought to you this morning by Marjan. I am Katie Jensen, and what an honor it is to welcome you here today. We have an incredible event in store for you today, I can assure you. Tell me, who is based in Ras Al Khaimah? Who's joining us this morning from Ras Al Khaimah? I want to see some hands in the air. Where are our local team? Well, thank you so much for joining us. I want to know as well, who has joined us from Dubai this morning? Welcome, everybody. What about, have we had anyone do the little bit of a trek from Abu Dhabi? A few Abu Dhabis in the back. Well, let me assure you, you have made the right decision. This is the best way to kick off your Friday. We're going to be planning an incredible event for you this morning, taking you behind the scenes of the most exciting, transformative new developments in Ras Al Khaimah. Now, as the northernmost emirate in the UAE, Ras Al Khaimah offers something that is truly unique, with an incredible, rich archaeological history of more than 7,000 years. Ras Al Khaimah is also home to some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. In fact, more than 43 kilometers of beaches right here in this emirate. We've also got incredible mountain views. It is home to Jebel Jais, the tallest mountain in the UAE, not to mention the longest zip line in the world. We have incredible Emirati culture here as well. In fact, we have the region's first cultured Arabian pearl farm here as well. We've got an incredible location, fantastic connectivity, just 45 minutes from Dubai International Airport. But I think one of the most exciting things about Ras Al Khaimah, something I know we're all very excited about this morning, is the transformative real estate projects that are currently underway in the Emirate, particularly here at Al Marjan Island. Not only do we have the UAE's first gaming resort. Anyone here heard about the incredible new Wynn Resort Al Marjan? Anyone here for some updates today? I know I certainly am. Not only do we have this incredible new resort being developed here right on Al Marjan Island, set to be a real game changer, not only for Ras Al Khaimah, but the UAE as a whole. But we're also creating a thriving new commercial and residential hub that is likely to be able to compete with the very best of Dubai's DIFC. We've got huge new hotels and resorts underway, not all just luxury. In fact, we're targeting a number of sectors of the tourism market today. We've got big plans for expanding the airport and so much more. So we really are delighted that you are able to join us this morning. We're going to be taking you behind the scenes of these incredible new projects, and we're going to be hearing from the key officials involved in bringing them to life. We're going to hear from the top executives at Al Marjan and Al Marjan Island here. We're going to be speaking to the team behind the Wynn Resort, Al Marjan, as well as RAK Properties, Al Hamra, and so much more. We're also going to be pausing at about 10:55 this morning because, of course, it is the UAE Flag Day as well. So we're going to be celebrating with a special ceremony this morning for UAE Flag Day. And for our real estate brokers in the room, tell me, where are our brokers this morning? I want to see your hands in the air. Oh, I'm sure there's a few more of you than that. There's some up the back. Thank you very much. Our real estate brokers, we have a huge announcement at the end of our event. We are going to be announcing an incredible cash prize. Not only one cash prize, in fact, 2 cash prizes we're going to be announcing at the end of today's event. So make sure you stick around for that. As I said, our real estate brokers, I think, are going to be very excited about that if they are focusing on the Ras Al Khaimah market. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've been in the UAE for about 15 years now, and I will say I am continuously impressed by the tremendous developments that are being constructed across the UAE. But something that has struck me in the last few years is we're really starting to see a significant shift in the real estate market. We're seeing a number of developers look for new growth opportunities apart from Dubai's increasingly mature market. Now, our Marjan Island in the heart of Ras Al Khaimah is proving to be a huge game changer. We've seen a tremendous amount of investment here in the last few years and some huge opportunities for developers today, particularly when we look at Ras Al Khaimah's incredibly ambitious tourism plans to attract around 3.5 million tourists each year by 2030. And we believe Al Marjan is going to play a key role in that. Now, in just a moment, I'm going to be welcoming the CEO of Al Marjan on the stage today. But first, let's pause for a moment. Let's take a look at the incredible success story of Al Marjan that's brought us until today, as they've created something so special that's able to pay tribute to the incredible history and heritage and beauty of Ras Al Khaimah. Let's take a look.
This land is ours. It's not just the earth below our feet. It's much more. It has a voice and a soul. It speaks to us, reminds us about our history, and gives us strength. The corals tell us to be considerate and embrace the world. The mountains echo of the wisdom to stand together for generations to come. And when we dive into the ocean, it whispers in our ears to resurface as invincible. We are building our world by listening to the heartbeat of our land. And now we invite you to witness all the depths and heights our land has to offer. Come, get inspired, and call it your own in Ras Al Khaimah. Marjan, inspired by the land.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very excited to welcome our next speaker on the stage. He is the man behind everything you see today. Now, he's someone who is incredibly passionate about the transformative journey that's underway here in Ras Al Khaimah. And in fact, he personally has played a pivotal role in its success. Now, as the CEO of Al Marjan, he's going to join us on the stage this morning to take us with quite a high-level look at Ras Al Khaimah in general, from the tourism goals, the economic goals, and the success they've enjoyed so far. He's going to look at why Ras Al Khaimah offers a competitive advantage to many other emirates in the UAE, the incredible returns on investment that it offers, the lower development costs, and really understand why Al Marjan is a key part of that. He's also going to be taking us through the latest updates on some of the most exciting new projects here on Al Marjan Island. Not only the much-hyped Wynn Resort Al Marjan, but also the all-new RAK Central, the Beach District, and much more. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the CEO of Al Marjan, Engineer Abdullah Al Abdulli. Let's make him welcome.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to the future of Ras Al Khaimah. It's an honor to be with you all today as we embark on a journey of exploration into the dynamic future we are building together right here in the Emirate of Ras Al Khaimah. Guided by the visionary leadership of His Highness Sheikh Saud bin Saqr Al-Qasimi, member of the UAE Supreme Council, ruler of Ras Al Khaimah, our emirate has blossomed into a land where opportunity flourishes and innovation thrives. This strategy, built on collaboration, not competition, sees Ras Al Khaimah contributing its unique strengths, our natural beauty, our rich heritage, and our innovative spirit to achieve the wider national goals. We invite you to partner with us on this exciting journey, and together we can unlock the full potential of Ras Al Khaimah and contribute to a sustainable future for the UAE. The objective of this event is to invite developers, investors, institutional funds, listed companies, real estate agents, brokers, and all of those who are contributing to shape the future of investment and real estate market, to hear their thoughts, to discuss their ideas, and to draw a new skyline in our destination. It's a platform that we all need today to understand the unique market dynamics in Ras Al Khaimah. Let us have one message selling the real estate products in the Emirate of Ras Al Khaimah. One voice, one tone. Finally, looking outside this venue, we are seeing the Wynn Integrated Resort rising up in the sky of Ras Al Khaimah, making a new destination, not only for the UAE, but also for the region and the world as well. I'm so confident that when the curtain raises on the stage in 2027, the audience will be dazzled and speechless. Thank you and wish you all the best. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Thank you very much, Engineer Abdulli. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we just heard, today we are taking a look at the future of Ras Al Khaimah. And let me tell you, that future is bright. In fact, incredible economic growth expectations for Ras Al Khaimah. This year, we're expected to see GDP growth of more than 6%. Next year is strong too, with growth of around 5%. So I think it's perhaps unsurprising that key ratings agencies like Fitch Ratings have actually upgraded the Emirates economic outlook to A+ with a stable outlook. Our next guest this morning is going to join us with an update on the economic outlook for Ras Al Khaimah and explain why these new real estate developments will play such a key role in accelerating that in the future. In particular, he's going to take a look at the impact of the all-new Wynn Resort Al Marjan on the outlook for Ras Al Khaimah. He's got the details of a fascinating study that they have done looking at what exactly happens to the real economy and tourism and how that benefits when something like an all-new gaming resort is introduced in the region for the first time ever. Mr. Tariq Basharet is the Chief Strategy and Business Development Officer here at Al Marjan. He is a real estate executive, an entrepreneur, and a board member with more than 25 years of experience. Let's give him a very big welcome to the stage.
Good morning. Here we go. Good morning and welcome. Thank you very much for that introduction. Today, we are going to do an overview of the impact of Wynn. But before I do that, I wanted to start with where we are and where we're from here in Ras Al Khaimah. And really, the tone, as Engineer Abdullah mentioned, really I want to have this conversation targeted to those of you who are on the front line speaking with future investors, occupiers, residents in Ras Al Khaimah. In my opinion, there's a lot of misinformation out there, and it would be great to make sure we capture the right tone, make sure the right facts, and make sure we share with you everything we've accumulated over the last few years. So this is also a presentation that I've done many times before. Some of you have seen it before. It's only 50 slides, but I only have 20 minutes, so at least there's a limit on time. And I'll try to make it in approximately 18 to 20 minutes, so about a half a minute a slide. We all know the UAE, 200 nationalities. Let's see where we are. 10 million population, one of the safest places on the planet. And it's really important to show the map, because I'm not going to assume that everyone's from here and knows the map of the UAE, but Ras Al Khaimah literally means the tip of the tent or the head of the tent due to the shape of the country. We are only 2.2% landmass of the UAE, where Abu Dhabi is 86% and Dubai is over 5%. So this presentation also could be made available. A lot of you, I see cameras and pictures. You're welcome to do that, but we can distribute a lot of this. And of course, we understand what the UAE is about in terms of stability, geographic advantages, the business environment, and our wonderful infrastructure. This is a very interesting slide, because a lot of people don't understand or recognize where we're located here in the UAE and how close we are to the region. And Max is here from Wynn, who's going to do a wonderful presentation in a bit. But really, when we, as the team, the RAK team, including RAK Tourism and others, we went out to see Wynn in Las Vegas, and they never heard of really Ras Al Khaimah. It was really important for us to share with them where we were. Of course, everybody knows Dubai, everybody knows UAE, but in their own presentation, you will see later the circles around the UAE and a 7-8 hour flight time. And the same for Las Vegas and the same for Macau. So even from Wynn's perspective, they cover 95% of the world's population within an 8-hour flight time by adding this resort. And that was really an important value point. But nonetheless, you can see where we are in the region and the connectivity and where we are strategically. Another bit of anecdote here, it's important to highlight how close we are in Ras Al Khaimah to our neighboring airports. We have RAK International Airport. If you're not aware, we do have our own airport. It is going through a transformation. Hopefully that'll be announced soon. We also have Sharjah. We have Dubai International Airport as well. And people are shocked that we're 45 minutes from Dubai International. And I've done this presentation hundreds of times, let's say, and shared that data point with investors and including Wynn. And of course, when they did come and visit, we turned to the driver and said, 45 minutes, you got to make it. And of course, there was an accident, but we maneuvered. But making sure that we're able to reach the destination and communicate to investors how close we are to other parts of the UAE, including Dubai Airport, is important. And we're approximately 35 minutes, 25 to 35 minutes to our own airport, depending on the avenues that you take. So now I'm going to dive into a little bit more on Ras Al Khaimah. So we all know about economic diversification, a growing hospitality market. We've all witnessed it, an A+ stable outlook from Fitch, a business-friendly regulatory environment. A lot of you are here, you're transacting, you're witnessing this yourself. So I think that's really important. And of course, we have excellent positioning. The infrastructure is being improved. We're going to dive into this in more detail. And then also, what was important and is important to investors is, where is Ras Al Khaimah in terms of its government, in terms of its ratings with the bonds that we issue as a government entity, being Marjan, owned by the government. That's important for investors to come to understand that they're in a stable economy. So we're very proud of the ratings that we have, A+ with Fitch and A with S&P. We actually just met with them recently, so we're hoping there's a positive outlook there as well. And of course, our debt to GDP is very important. Most governments these days don't balance their books. We balance our books. We actually have a fiscal positive balance. And I think that's important to mention. Also, our per capita GDP is in line with our neighbors. So this is not a poor emirate. It actually does very, very well. I'll move quite along. Our economy is diversified. About 30% of the largest segment is manufacturing, but even within manufacturing, that is in multiple disciplines. So it's not like we're concentrated in one space. And I think that's an important piece as well. I mentioned a government fiscal balance as well, which is important year after year, and our debt to GDP. So how much borrowing do we have compared to our GDP numbers? And it's actually quite low. And if you look at one of the quotations there, government debt is more than offset by its liquid assets. So that actually means we could pay off all our debt if we needed to. This really is unheard of in this universe, on the planet where we are today. And then often we're asked about other emirates and how we compare or compete with other emirates, and we always point out that we're not trying to compete, but rather complement other emirates. And we do that many ways. We do that through our culture, the mountains, the desert, the coastline. On the culture side, we have archaeological sites that go back 7,000 years to 5,000 BC. The mountains are stunning. If you've been to Jebel Jais, hopefully we'll have developments there soon, where temperatures can be 10, 12 degrees lower. It's a beautiful time, even in the summer, to go and explore as well. The deserts are pristine, and our coastline temperatures are cooler than other parts of the emirate, and also we're very conscious about the coastline and Flushing. And naturally, based on these four pillars, the fifth natural pillar would be gaming. That was a joke. No joke. So that's these are all important points for you to pass on to your investor base and your relationships as industry professionals. And of course, in Ras Al Khaimah, like the rest of the UAE, we do have 100% foreign ownership here in the emirate of property and businesses, repatriation of profits, availability of utilities. We take infrastructure very, very seriously here. We pride ourselves on that. We know about the corporate tax, if you're in a free zone, a non-free zone, and all of the rules that apply. Zero personal tax, I hope that never changes. And then long-term investment, long-term residency by investment with the golden visa and other rules as well. So these are all things that are incentives for investors to participate in. Now, these IRRs, I'm going to switch to reasons to invest in Ras Al Khaimah. So this really is a developer slide, and I know a lot of you developers are enjoying these returns, and we're happy for you. But we also see opportunity for end users as well, whether it's in hospitality or residential assets, and also with our coming up project, RAK Central as well, the master plan and the offices, which Engineer Abdullah will review in a minute. I can't go on without mentioning the fireworks. So this is one of our initiatives that we've done, and your investors should know about, something that we do every year on a tremendous scale, on a global scale. And we've received now, how many? 13, 11? 13 Guinness records. I think we're going to run out of things to be the best at in that respect. But I remember the first year, it was a very large single firework that went up, I believe, about 1 kilometer. And it was something that caught the world's attention. Okay, there's a clock here, so I'm managing to be within 6 minutes. And of course, January 25, 2022, we made this huge announcement for this wonderful project. And it was a real amazing effort with a core team with RAK Tourism, RAK Hospitality, the municipality, Marjan, the leadership. We all got together. We really wanted to do this, and we all made trips back and forth to the US and really put together the right structure and transaction for Wynn Resorts, which we're so proud of today and has really been a game changer for us. And I'm just going to touch on this because Max is going to dive into this, but we are still looking at an opening in early 2027. Graham, thank you. 1,542 keys, a large gaming area, 200,000 plus square feet, 50% bigger than the gaming area that Wynn has in Las Vegas. An incredible theater with an incredible production show, 40 plus luxury shops, the top shops. Everything that Wynn does in Las Vegas, they'll be doing here. So we want to make sure that we're clear on that. And I'll skip these, You actually have seen these before, and Max will cover these as well. And these are beautiful images, but as Abdullah mentioned, Engineer Abdullah mentioned, you can go outside after the event and see the construction for yourself. It really is quite stunning. And of course, all of the press that we've received. So the question becomes, why did we do this? And I want to make sure I get to the economic piece as well. Why did we do this? Well, it's all about people. And tourism is something strategic for the UAE. So we wanted to jump in and elevate ourselves on the tourism front. And what better than a partner like Wynn? When you look at their properties, they're achieving between 8 million and 13 million visitors or visits to their properties. And we, as not a direct comparison, but only receive or have 1.2 in 2022 million overnight visitors. So that's a big jump. So you have 1.2 million coming in Ras Al Khaimah, not a huge number by global means, and then you have this entity that can bring 8 to 10 million visits and visitors to their properties. So you marry these two together, a lot of things will change, and you're part of that today. So initially there was, I'm going to go over 2 or 3 studies, so we're not hearing it from one person. One is Collier's, one is E&Y, and one is our own study internally. And this is something actually really fascinating in working with these groups and these entities is what happens, or what happened when we first got started, what happened with other jurisdictions when they introduced gaming and integrated resorts to their markets. Not just hospitality assets, but integrated resorts with gaming. And you can see whether it's Las Vegas or Macau or Singapore, there were specific and significant jumps. So we actually forecast that our visitorship, our overnights, will go from 1.2 million to 3.5 million by 2030, or 3 million by 2030, and our total visitors will be over 5 million. So that's important. And we see us increasing visitorship to the UAE because of this project by 10% alone. So see if you can follow me on this, because I'm going to, take a poll at the end and see if you guys if you and I have the same expectation. So when you start looking at visitorship and you start going into 5 million and 3 million overnight, well, if you do the math, the Wynn Resort can only hold 900,000 people, 1,542 rooms, 80% occupancy, 365 a year, 2 per room. It's only about 900,000. So the rest have to stay someplace. And that's why we're here in this room as part of that miracle. So what Collier's is saying in this slide is basically the blue are all the hotel keys that are coming. The orange is what's required, and the line at the top is what's still needed, which is about 7,500 keys, which is still about 20 hotels we're going to need in the Emirate. This is my favorite slide, actually, in the whole presentation, because it was an idea where we were doing the research in the beginning, and we said, let's study visitorship in other entities, and let's put over it the dates when these integrated resorts opened. So if you just go to the World Bank and you study visitorship, you can see, and then overlay when these integrated resorts open, you can actually see when the properties opened and how much the tourism was impacted. And in this case, if I'm reading the slide, it's almost 2 million when Marina Bay Sands opened in Singapore. And then people say, oh, what happens if another integrated resort comes? It's like, okay, great. There's a clustering effect. We're actually proud of that. We're actually proud of that. The pie will grow. And that's what these numbers show. So this is what happened in Singapore every time they opened an additional integrated resort. So if you're concerned about what something else happens, 2 things. One is the clustering effect, and the other is, which I'm quite proud of, is we've partnered with the best possible brand and operator and service provider, where we're looking to bring the best integrated resort ever built as our goal to Ras Al Khaimah, and it's on track. This is what happened in Macau. It's over and over again. Same message. Integrated resorts open, visitorship jumps. It's not like a hotel where you need like 3 years and ramp up. You open. The first day could be the biggest day for a lot of the retailers. The first day. Same in Las Vegas. Las Vegas already had gaming and casinos around this, but when Bellagio opened and Steve Wynn opened Bellagio and it was the first billion-dollar resort, the same thing happened. And it opened at the end of 1998, so the full year was 1999. You can see the jump. These are huge, huge and impactful slides. So I'm going to bore you a little bit, but I'm going to go real quick. So we sat with E&Y and we said, okay, how do we calculate our visitorship? Back to the visitorship number. And this is the number that they came with, over 4 million. And they basically took how many people can fit in the Wynn, how many people can fit in the other resorts, what percentage will come from other Emirates. And I ask people all the time, what percentage of Dubai residents will come to the UAE? And some people say 50%, 60%, they'll come at least once, or at least once a year. I put the number at like 10%, but then people think I'm too conservative. So in your own mind, you can kind of think, if there's 10 million population in the UAE, what percentage of visitors would come? So we took this also from E&Y, where we took the number of visitors, day visitors, night visitors, and the night visitors or overnight visitors. If they stayed 3.5 days, what's the total number of rooms and keys that we would need? And this was also part of the study. And then what happens is, you bring Wynn, this is the story, right? You bring the integrated resort, Wynn Resort. You expect a certain number of visitors, let's say 5 million. 2/3 of them will stay overnight. And others are coming for other reasons as well, and some are coming for the day. That naturally means you need more hotels. Those hotels need to be constructed. Those hotels need staff. So you start going through a direct and an indirect assessment of how much capital is being invested in the market, which is you're all witnessing, and a lot of you are doing yourselves, and we thank you for that. So we jumped through, if you start looking at population numbers and growth rates, Ras Al Khaimah, this is the key of this slide from E&Y. Population's at 400,000. We're going to go 600 to 650,000 by 2030. That's 200 to 250,000. Even if you have 5 people per room and you take some out as blue-collar workers, you still need 40,000 plus residences on top of the hotels. So this really is something important for everyone to be on the same page and understand. And then this is basically a summary of that population number as we go from 400 to 600 and 650,000. So that's the top section that you'll see in this slide, which is the population. And then also we have a growth rate on the visitorship and how we get to that target. So these are E&Y's numbers. And then this is the math, which we'll share this with you. This is the math. If your visitorship grows like this and your population grows like that, this is how many residence keys that you need. And then what is available, what's coming into the market, and what's your gap. So in this slide, E&Y is basically, and E&Y was a study we took on for 9 months, and all of the entities in Ras Al Khaimah were involved in giving feedback. And then on this slide, you have about 45,000. Same for hospitality. So E&Y says 6,000 keys. Collier said it's about 7,500 keys. I put the number somewhere in the middle as well. And then, of course, there's staff accommodation opportunities. Grade A office. We're building Grade A office. I think hopefully Abdullah will be speaking about that in a bit. And you have the RAK Central presentation there. So all of these gaps across the real estate sectors highlighted by E&Y, we're doing our best to address. And the same in retail. A lot of the retail is captured in the hotels, in other assets as well, but there is a demand. And this is, if you want to take a photo, this is the slide to take a photo of. 45,000 residential keys, 6,000, this is all E&Y, 6,000 hotel keys remaining, office and retail and staff accommodation, all still required. So there's tons of opportunity, all off the back of visitorship that drives population. And then this is our own internal, I'm beating it now like over and over again, but this is now our own internal assessment on visitorship. You have that line that starts, the second line that starts in 2023 with overnight as predicted. That's the current folks that we have visiting us. But then you can layer on domestic visitors from other Emirates that may have never been to Ras Al Khaimah. And then you have league demand of international visitors, visitors who are already visiting the UAE but have never been to RAK. Now they have a reason to come. So there's so many different layers where people can eventually get exposed to Ras Al Khaimah and the resort, and we have visitorship. So our number is 5.3 million visitors by 2030, and also overnight 3.9. we also did a GDP. This is the end of the presentation, but if you think about everything that we've shared, how is the GDP going to be impacted? Well, one, it's the Wynn Resort itself, and what's being on an OpEx operating perspective, and all the staff and the gaming and everything that's coming there. We're talking billions in revenue as forecasted. You can read about it online. And then we also have all the other visitors, overnight visitors that are going to stay in the hotels. And then you have, and I would consider all this tier 1. This is direct hospitality impact. And then you have the tier 2, because all of those staff need someplace to live. And if you take the P&L of all these hotels and start looking at revenues and expenditures, you can say, well, the housing is likely going to be in Ras Al Khaimah. Maybe the F&B and the goods and the produce will be a third Ras Al Khaimah and outside. So you can make different assessments, and that's all tier 1, and then you can start talking about where people are going to live. And then, we need a villa community for management, maybe 1,000 units. Well, those 1,000 units, when you go to build it, you're going to have a need for schools, because they're all going to be families with kids. So then the teachers need a place to go, and the maintenance, and so forth. So it all starts to cascade. So we have tier 1, tier 2, and the one-time impact of the actual construction, and we've analyzed all of it. And then here's the breakdown of it. So based on, I'm right at the end of the presentation. I've only, I think, ran over a few minutes, but I'm right at the end. So show of hands, do you think between now and 2030, this project and the hotels around it and what I've showed will be grow 5% of GDP or more? Does everyone agree with that? Yes, show of hands, 5% or more? Who thinks 10? 10? 10 or more? 15 or more? 20 or more? 30 or more? Okay. 40 or more? Any brave souls out there? Okay, well, there's one there. Okay. So when you put all of this together, I'm going to jump ahead. These are all just basically how we've layered everything in every sector with people spend. I'm at 30.7% growth, which is a great job. That's it. Thank you. I don't think we're taking questions, right? No. Okay. Thank you very much. I'll be around if anyone has any questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tariq. Well, our next guest today is the CEO of the Ras Al Khaimah Tourism Development Authority, and he is leading the charge on turning Ras Al Khaimah into a premier tourist destination, hoping to attract 3.5 million visitors by 2030. Now, under his incredible leadership, we have seen Ras Al Khaimah launch and expand its tourism infrastructure, but also create a number of new sustainable investment opportunities and ultimately improve the everyday lives of visitors and tourists alike. Now, this is something that aligns with the Emirates' long-term strategic goals as well. Today, he joins us on the stage to take us through the details of everything that Ras Al Khaimah has to offer, from our incredible beaches and stunning coastlines to our majestic mountain views at the top of Jebel Jais, not to mention the zip line. Has anyone been on the Jebel Jais zip line? I did it on television the day it opened, and it was amazing. The Jais Sledder as well. Has anyone been on that mini roller coaster? It's actually terrifying. So many incredible tourism opportunities here as well, from balloon rides over our stunning desert to our desert safari as well. There are so many opportunities to draw tourists here in the years ahead, and this is certainly going to be led by some of our incredible developments that we're talking about today. Mr. Raki Phillips is the CEO of the Ras Al Khaimah Tourism Development Authority. He is a seasoned hotel veteran. He's worked with the likes of Ritz-Carlton, of Universal Studios Orlando, Fairmont Hotels, and much more. He's also been named by Hotelier Middle East as one of the top 20 most powerful Arab hoteliers in the region. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Mr. Raki Phillips.
Appreciate it. Good morning. Okay. We need to use the mic. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ras Al Khaimah. It's so nice to see such a full room and a great audience. So I appreciate Engineer Abdullah opening the speech and then Tariq doing his discussion. I want you to think of Tariq as your science and mathematics teacher, and I'm like your arts and creative visual teacher. So what you're going to see from me is not a lot of charts. What you're going to see is a lot of imagery and a lot of the great things that we're doing here in Ras Al Khaimah. It is such a pleasure to have been part of the journey of this beautiful emirate over the last few years and to build it today to where it is through the partnership and the collaborations that we've done here in this emirate. We're a smaller destination. Tariq had showed you just our mass, our land mass that we are. But we're also a community that's very integrated together. Things move a lot faster in this emirate. If there is a challenge or an issue, most of the people that we deal with are right here in this room, and we can get things resolved and moved a lot faster. And that's how we were able to get a lot of the accomplishments that this emirate has done, and we're all very, very proud as one community. Very little bureaucracy, things move quite fast. And one of the biggest reasons for success is you guys have all, you're all real estate veterans. You've dealt with a significant amount of real estate projects. But our primary focus of success for this emirate leads down to, is it a driver of tourism, and does it have a positive impact on livability? And those two things are what drive everything that we do here in this emirate. So I hope to be able to walk you through a little bit of some of the exciting stuff. I'll leave all the real estate jargon and the details to the team, but to show you how this emirate is growing into tourism. Thank you. So to give you just a global overview from a tourism perspective, some of the 2024 travel trends that we're seeing is borderless and frictionless travel, e-visas, visas upon arrival, being able to go from destination to destination quite seamlessly. Later on, I'll tell you about the partnership we had with Oman. Off-peak travel. In the old days, people traveled during school holidays, traveled during the summer, and that was it. Today, people travel whenever they feel the need to travel and they've got the opportunity. Travel has become so much more convenient. Blended travel. Everyone's heard bleisure. People will come on vacation, do work, and then do it from the beachside. All of those are great opportunities to be able to look at wonderful ways to do things. And social at the heart of travel inspiration. If you did not post it on Instagram, it never happened. And that's why it's so important that in a destination like Ras Al Khaimah, we offer all four of those as some of the common trends. We are very blessed here in the UAE, and it really goes back to the founding fathers of this emirate, where all of the hard work, the risk, the dedication they did has made it a lot easier for people like us to drive things forward. The messier the world gets, the more the UAE seems to thrive. This was an article from The Economist earlier this year, and it's very true. One thing that this destination has that no other place in the world has is safety. You could be a single female walking at 3 o'clock in the morning, dressed any way you want in the UAE, and especially in Ras Al Khaimah, and you will feel safe. We're very blessed with that in the UAE, and may it always continue. So prospering and thriving, thank you. So some destination quick facts to share with you. We are the northernmost emirate. 450,000 is the current population. In Tariq's slide, he showed you how that's going to grow. We have just under 8,000 keys, looking to double that by the end of the decade. And then 3.5 million tourists by end of 2030. And again, those are overnight tourist gets. If you add what Tariq had said about the inlay of people that are coming for day use, you're looking at a number that's upwards of 5 million. Top 10 source markets. The important thing for us is we want diversity in our source market. We do not rely on just one market, and we try our best to make sure that not one single source market exceeds 15 to 20%. That diversity is key in the growth. It's also the diversity that Abdullah and the team in Marjan has taken to drive investors. Very varied approach. So obviously, the CIS region does very well with us. UK and Germany does well. India has always been a prosperous market with the connectivity that we have. And China this year has gone up to our top 10. Current inventory is just under 8,000 keys. 50% of them are in the five-star segment, and then we've got a diversified range of hotels. Obviously, when you look at the network of hotels that we have, from the Waldorf and the new Sofitel in Al-Hamra, we also this year welcomed an Antara in Min Al Arab. If you haven't experienced it, beautiful resort, very Maldivian style, just down the street from us. And our future pipeline excites us a lot because we have so many brands that are coming into the market. Next year, we will be able to welcome a Rove resort on Marjan Island. We also have a Westin that's opening. We have Rotana that's opening a new hotel. But when you look at the varied brands from Nobu, Meridian, Marriott, Nikki Beach, obviously the Wynn, which is something that we're very proud of. All of those are great new contributors as brands into the destination. Our growth trajectory, as you can see, is solid. At a minimum, by the end of the decade, we will be at 3.5 million overnight guests, and I think Tariq had given you the stats. This isn't a pie-in-the-sky type of analogy where we're throwing numbers together. Numerous studies were done. We've looked at other destinations. We've looked at how things are going. And we've looked at the ambition that this emirate has and how we push things through. And we're very proud to say that we are on track to be able to achieve those numbers and further. Here's a little video for you to enjoy. We have sound. Let me know when I can press it again once the sound is ready. As they get the sound ready, I wanted to say I'm really encouraged coming into the convention center today to see the parking lot full, to see this room full. It's great to know that you guys all are going to share in the ambition and the dreams that we have for this emirate. Can we try it again? We might have technical difficulties, but our construction, we have no difficulties, right, Abdullah? Guys, I only have 4 jokes that I can pitch today, so don't put me in a tough spot. Well, I'm sorry they couldn't get the video ready for you guys, but I will tell you. Oh, all right, that sounds good. I think we're getting somewhere. Are we getting there? That's not my video, but no, I don't want to steal Abdullah's thunder, so wrong video. No video. Okay, can I get my presentation? Okay. It's a great video, I promise you. If you ever want to see it, you can visit our website. Anyone from my team can show it to you. Let me show you some of our water activities. Let's quickly pivot to that. So obviously 64 kilometers of white sand beach, lots of activities to be able to experience. You can stay at any of our wonderful resorts on Marjan Island or across the emirate to truly have a spectacular experience. The other nice thing is we call Ras Al Khaimah a destination of the future, and the changes that are happening and the investment that this emirate is putting to enhance your experience is going to be quite remarkable. From a culture and heritage, earlier what was mentioned is we do have 7,000 years of history in this emirate. We have 4 tentative UNESCO heritage sites that we're quite proud of. And this shows a diversity in the emirate. It's not just a one-trick pony, but we offer significant things from beach and obviously culture and heritage. Our Jazeera Al-Hamra which is only a 5-minute drive from here, is a old historical city that has been completely repurposed and reformed. And in February 1st, we host the RAK Fine Arts Festival there, RAK Arts. Suwaidi Pearl Farm is such a unique attraction here in the Emirate. Abdullah Suwaidi, who's the owner of this attraction, wanted to bring back the heritage of his family when pearl diving was the key source of revenue to the Emirate. And it's a wonderful experience where many of our tourists get to go. You also get to go into the mangroves, and at certain times of year, you actually see the camels swimming in the water to cool down. Highly recommended experience. And then obviously, many of you guys are from here. I've been here almost 20 years. All 3 of my kids are born here. I met my wife here. So we know what the Emirati culture and cuisine is and how hospitable it is. And the beauty of it is Ras Al Khaimah has 3 different tribes: the mountain tribe, the coastal tribe, and the desert tribe. And for us, these are the tribes that make the beauty of the Emirati culture. And you visit Ras Al Khaimah and get to see Emiratis in day-to-day. And then from desert experiences, so many wonderful things. I highly recommend the Ritz-Carlton Al Wadi. In my opinion, one of the best Ritz-Carltons in the world that gives you a true, unique experience in the desert, in a wildlife. Oh, okay, we're getting there. Wrong cue, but it's okay. Jazeera Aviation Club, we got hot air balloons, horseback riding, lots of wonderful experiences to truly keep the nature and integrity intact. And then from mountain activities, we are blessed with Jebel Jais, the highest mountain in the UAE, just under 2,000 meters, and so many great things. The longest zip line in the world, which is great. We also have many different experiences, from the toboggan ride, the Jais Sledder, the Bear Grylls Explorer Camp, where you can abseil, you can have an experience, whether it's a half-day experience or an overnight experience. But we've taken great pride in developing our mountain. And I feel that hopefully in the future we will be able to have a similar meeting like this, where we will be promoting real estate opportunities that are sustainable and fast-growing up in the mountains. And beautiful destinations. Beautiful destinations, if you're on social media, follow them. They have an incredible following of over 50 million, 50 million, where are we? 50 million followers, and you could see the incredible videos and the stuff that they do. Now that there is sound, okay, thank you, Terrier, we'll show you a video. thank you so much for being part of the destination of the future. And again, why we promote our natural assets, because we are blessed with some incredible assets. And this complements your customers and your investors' experience here in the destination. Just a couple more things. Cross-destination tourism. I spoke earlier about frictionless travel. From a cross-destinational perspective, we signed an MOU agreement with Musandam to ease the process where you can come and experience Ras Al Khaimah and cross the border into Musandam seamlessly. This month, now that we're in November, Oman is launching an application that when you get to the border, under 5 minutes, you can get your insurance. This adds to the value of the experience of the tourists that are staying here, where they can go to destinations, stay with us in Ras Al Khaimah, and then experience Musandam. Events. We are building this emirate to be a events emirate focus. Just last week, we hosted an incredible event called Seven Wonders, where we had Armin van Buren light up the skies of Ras Al Khaimah and the desert in here. And it was an incredible event. But so many things, from MICE events, we host the DP World Golf, we have the Global Citizen Forum, and the RAK Half Marathon that we do, and obviously the New Year's Eve fireworks, which is something that we're very proud of. 13 Guinness World Records, and we hope to do many more. Accessible tourism, we are very focused in ensuring that this destination can welcome people with all challenges. Anyone that goes through an opportunity, we want to make sure that Ras Al Khaimah is accessible to them. If you're chair-bound, if you have any opportunities such as cognitive allergy, hearing, sight, mobility impairment, we will be able to make this destination accessible to everyone. Sustainability is also very big for us. We are the first certified sustainable destination in the region. We're very proud of the partners that worked with us to achieve this. And more importantly, we could not do this without the team here in Ras Al Khaimah that is not only passionate, but has a true love for this emirate and building. And I'm very proud to say that Ras Al Khaimah Tourism Development Authority and many other entities in Ras Al Khaimah have been recognized as a great place to work, because this is the team that will be working with you, the Ras Al Khaimah team, to ensure success for you and for your partners. And the story continues. So much more news to come, so much is happening, and we really hope that you will all be part of the journey for us being a destination of the future. Thank you very much, and enjoy your time in Ras Al Khaimah.
Thank you so much. I have to say, again, I felt like I already knew quite a lot about Ras Al Khaimah. The Bear Grylls Explorer Camp, who else is signing up for that? That looks incredible, doesn't it? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be pausing now as the UAE celebrates Flag Day. I'm going to ask for all of our VIPs to please join us outside. We have a special flag raising ceremony, so if I can ask our VIPs to please exit out the back. Everybody else, please do remain in the auditorium with us today. We still have a number of big announcements to come, as well as that incredible cash prize we're going to be announcing at the end of the event. So if I can ask our VIPs to please exit out the back for the flag ceremony, flag raising ceremony, and if I can ask the rest of our attendees to please be upstanding for the UAE National Anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. You can please take your seats as we wait for our VIP guests to join us once more. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for helping us celebrate UAE Flag Day in this incredible nation. We are now turning our attention back to the future of Ras Al Khaimah. And of course, we've been talking a lot about Al Marjan Island today. And I think what makes this project so exciting is not only are we launching and developing a number of incredible high-end luxury hotels, many of which are on display in our entrance lobby, and I would very much encourage you to all check them out to see exactly what they're going to be looking like ahead of their official launch. So not only do we have the incredible high-end opportunities on Al Marjan Island, but we're also creating a vibrant community thanks to One RAK Central, the likes of a hustling and bustling business community, commercial hub, and residential opportunities as well. Quite similar to Dubai's DIFC. Now, we're going to hear from engineer Abdullah about some of these projects in just a moment. But first, let's take a look at this special video to see what these projects are all about. Ladies and gentlemen, just some of the incredible projects coming to Ras Al Khaimah in the next few years. Well, one man who knows more than most of us about all of the upcoming projects and big announcements, of course, is the CEO of Marjan. It's a pleasure to welcome him back to the stage. Let's please welcome Engineer Abdullah Al Abdulli to join us on the stage for the latest project updates.
Good morning again. It's really a pleasure to see this venue again, full with those who love Ras Al Khaimah, full of those who are willing to be part of this successful story. I mean, looking at the event previously, working with Mr. Binoy, Mr. Chris, and also Marjan from our team, I mean, why we created this event, why we have asked a lot of people to join us over here. I think the main objective is to have a clear one message about what's happening right now in Ras Al Khaimah. What are the ambitious goals and objectives of the government? Let us have more of a scientific approach towards selling the Emirate of Ras Al Khaimah. And that's why we have curated, I have to say, the program of this event to understand the market dynamics of Ras Al Khaimah for all of us to see what's happening right now, to see all of these exciting projects. Today, Al Marjan Island is sold out. All of the plots has been sold to third-party investors and developers. And I'm sure most of you are seeing the tremendous growth in rates, the tremendous growth in number of units, type of units that has been launched to the market, but it's also for all of us to understand what does Ras Al Khaimah need? What's our ultimate goal and objective? Today, we have an ambitious plan along with RAK Tourism Development Authority, and Raki have said it before. We want to attract more visitors. More visitors means more hotel keys, more investment in hospitality assets. At the same time, that hospitality assets with all of the massive announcement and all of the big projects coming up, we need more residences. And if you can see from the presentation of Tariq, 45,000 additional hotel keys is required over the next 7 years. How we can make that available. And with all of the announcement, I still believe there is a gap in the market. We need to address that gap. We need to launch new master plans. We need to understand where the market is getting us to. We have a wonderful project with our partners from Las Vegas, Wynn Resort. We are doing a massive development. We are doing a $4 billion investment into our destination. What I'm saying here, be part of that. Be part of that, whether you are investing as a developer, whether you are encouraging developers to invest over here, whether you are promoting Ras Al Khaimah, where you are selling the dream to all of us. Look, for me, the Wynn Integrated Resort, and I will leave it to Max for at the end, but it's not just only an integrated resort. It's not just a hospitality asset. It's more than that. It's an artistic feature by itself. It's a destination by itself. It will attract a lot of people coming all the way to explore Ras Al Khaimah, to visit Ras Al Khaimah, to see what Ras Al Khaimah will offer over the next few years. And this is for us where we are counting and betting on, I have to say, as Ras Al Khaimah. Looking at how we can attract all of those numbers, how we can attract all of those tourisms. And this is where we believe as stakeholders, as government of Ras Al Khaimah, as Marjan, as a master developer, that we need to put more effort on that. The question will become, then what's going to happen with the rates? Today, we are really seeing incredible rates and selling in Al Marjan Island. And thank you to all of our developers who have been part of those successful stories. I will make two announcements today. And these are two announcements related to the rates that we have recently achieved. And I would invite to stage the developers who have achieved that. Let me start with the first announcement. I believe today there is a developer on Al Marjan Island who managed to sell 2 units at 180 million Emirati dirham. That by itself is a record. That by itself is a testament. Let me invite the Lux developer to join for me over here on stage, and let us give them one clap. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Come. Congratulations. Come here. Let's take a picture here. Come join us. The Lux developers are one of those who believed in the destination before, and they worked hard to create a luxury offering in the market. Those 2 units, they will be announced in the press release, hopefully over the next few days. And I have to say, thank you. Thank you for being part of Ras Al Khaimah. Thank you for sharing the vision, offering a different and unique product in the Emirate of Ras Al Khaimah. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. No, thank you. Let me make another second announcement for a developer who really was a leader in selling the units in the Emirate of Ras Al Khaimah. He achieved 6,300 Emirati dirham for square foot on development areas, including balconies in the Emirate of Ras Al Khaimah. Let me welcome Al-Mal to join us on stage over here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Come. Al-Mal, with a unique product in the Emirate of Ras Al Khaimah, they achieved the highest rate of selling units in the Emirate of Ras Al Khaimah of 6,300 on a square foot on GFA. Without them being on top of that development, without their dedication, we won't be able to achieve that. Thank you so much for being part of the story. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But the story is not just only waterfront and premium offering. The story is more than that. And this is where Marjan started to look at different master plans, launching RAK Central. RAK Central is a destination where we are betting on the future. It is a place where we are looking to achieve and create a work, live, play environment. Think about a destination for a corporate grade A office space. It's a work, live, play environment. So Marjan is not just only limited to waterfront. So we are mandated to develop urban destination inside the city and mountain development as well. And I have to say, RAK Central is the next upcoming destination in the Emirate of Ras Al Khaimah. Today, we are launching new master plans that really attract a lot of investors there, that attracts a lot of people there, that allow people also to enjoy a different offering. Similar products, but it's not a waterfront. It is still a premium. It's a grade A office space. It is gold LEED certified that will enable all corporates to be part of that successful story. And when we look at that development, you will ask me, Abdullah, then what's unique about it? I mean, it's about greenery. It's about the landscape. It's about a welcoming offering. It's about a place where we can live and work and play. It's all of those together. And this is the beauty of Ras Al Khaimah. This is what we will differentiate ourselves. Let us look at the USPs that Raki was speaking about. We are inherited. We are inspired by our land. We are inspired by all of the cultural assets that we have over here. Let us be proud of that. And my team later will take you on the program. But the most important subject is we want to promote livability. We want to enable connections. We want to enhance education, while at the same time, we prioritize ecology. And that's what established Ras Al Khaimah identity. That is the core of all our master plans. That's what we are looking over here. Let me invite on the stage someone who really believed in RAK Central destination, someone who really started discussion when no one believed at RAK Central destination. Let me invite Mr. Kalbish and Pantheon Development to stage. Thank you. Mr. Kalbish is a developer who really believed in RAK Central destination at the beginning. When no one was looking at RAK Central, he was the first one to look at that master plan. And he didn't take just only one or two or three. He took a quite good prime location at the master plan, which he recently launched. Congratulations on the new launch.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So for us, it's those who believe in our dream. It's all about those who believe in our vision. It's about those who really have worked so hard on this. And on behalf of Marjan, I would like to say thank you. Thank you for everyone to be part of this event. Thank you to all our stakeholders at Hamra, at RAK Tourism, at RAK Properties, at RAK DAO, RAK Hospitality. Thank you for all the developers, starting from Aldar, starting from Durar, starting from the other developers, the Lux, the Wow Resorts. I mean, today, I hope I don't forget anyone, but Mira Development, looking at the stage also, Dara and their new developments, looking at Dalaland, I mean, looking at Inivoria, looking at Tupiro, I mean, looking at all of those developers who really believed in the story of Ras Al Khaimah. Today, I'm so proud when I see the skyline of Ras Al Khaimah is being drawn by different architects, well-reputable architects. And I have to say thank you, Tony Ashai, for being part of that as well. You are so special to us with all of other architects and developers who are here with us today to draw a new skyline for Ras Al Khaimah. What's next? And I will summarize right now. The Wynn is coming. It's opening in 2027. We need to be ready for that. We need all these developments to be ready by 2027. And we count on everyone to be part of that. And we invite everyone to be part of our new master plans. If there is an advice, I would say to anyone in this room, RAK Central is a destination. RAK Central will become a destination in the future. We started construction already at the site. Infrastructure is ongoing. It will be finished in May 2025. And the plots, 50% has been already sold to third-party investors and developers. And they are launching those projects. And we are working on the rest. But I'm so confident that those will be sold over the next 5 to 6 months. And this is where I believe we should focus on, at least addressing the gap that is required, at least creating another new master plans, and then at the end of the day, creating our own new destination within the UAE. It is not just only RAK Central, there are more to come, but we are again managing supply and demand, ensuring the right master plans are being launched with the right developers at the right time, with the right scale, so we don't flood the market with any products that impacting other developments. Thank you for being part of that, and wish you all the best again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Abdullah. And I think you make such an interesting point. It's something we discussed a little bit earlier, didn't we? The fact that, that as we're really seeing the real estate market in the UAE shift up a gear, we're seeing a lot of developers in the UAE really look for new growth opportunities beyond Dubai's increasingly mature market. The fact that we have people like celebrity architect Tony Ashai here, who would get really mad at me if I told you that he reportedly created homes for the likes of Brad Pitt or David Beckham. So I'm not going to tell you that. But he creates incredible projects all over the world. And the fact that he is the mastermind behind the incredible Wow Resorts by Marriott International is going to be coming very soon. Or the fact that we have people like Kalpesh from Pantheon Developments, you know, incredibly successful boutique developer, only been in Dubai for about 8 years. The first time they are choosing to expand beyond Dubai's market is right here at RAK Central. I think is really testament to the exciting success story that we are seeing in Ras Al Khaimah, and in particular at RAK 1 Central. So let's take a look at RAK 1 Central in a little bit more detail with this special video. The incredible RAK 1 Central. As we can see on the screen behind me here, there is no doubt that the future of Ras Al Khaimah is bright. Well, I'm delighted to welcome our next speaker on the stage. He is considered one of the UAE's really top real estate leaders, a veteran in the industry with more than 30 years of experience. Now, as the CEO of RAK Properties, he is the mastermind behind incredible developments we're seeing in Ras Al Khaimah, particularly in places like Mina Al Arab, the incredible developments from Bay Residences to Cape Hyatt, Marbella Villas, and much more. Today, he's joining us on the stage to take us through the latest project updates, where they stand today, and what is placed for handover, and what is already sold out, and what is coming next in the pipeline. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the CEO of RAK Properties, Mr. Sama Mutadi.
Good morning, everybody. Are we on? Can you check? Which one do I use to move forward? Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, but the sound, can you check the sound, please? Can you check the sound, please? Sound? Sorry about that. Good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to welcome all of you esteemed guests from peer entities in Ras Al Khaimah, talented brokers and agents. It's an amazing setting, amazing attendance. I'm delighted to be on stage today to take you through our ambitious vision for MENA and to be part of this Emirates transformation and the vision that has been laid for 2030. The Emirate has witnessed remarkable growth driven by the government's strategic initiatives, a diversified economy, and an influx of new projects that cater to both residents and investors. RAK Properties, in turn, is committed to being a supporting arm of this economic transformation. Through real estate, hospitality, and enabling tourism, which are all witnessing parallel growth, we are able to translate this commitment into reality alongside our peers. We pride ourselves on being the leading community developer in Ras Al Khaimah, community developer. With approximately 50 million square feet of land bank, MENA, with its waterfront residences and world-class hospitality, plays a key role in the ecosystem, boosting RAK's economic growth. In fact, we are setting new standards in sustainable waterfront living destinations with a growing portfolio of residential, commercial, and hospitality spaces. And what we are currently doing is integrating luxury living, sustainable design, wellness, culture, and community-driven amenities to create very unique experiences. Our promise is an island community living in the heart of everything. And we are enabling that vision through partnerships with global premium brands, the likes of Anantara, Intercontinental, Nikki Beach, Staybridge, and many, many others that we will be announcing in the very near future. Since 2023, we've launched over 3,000 units across 10 residential projects, contributing to the growth of vibrant communities and enhancing housing options for those seeking a truly enriching lifestyle. With over 3 billion dirhams in sales across these projects last year, we are poised for continued growth and success, reflecting strong demand and confidence in a growing market. We also have 525 hotel keys in operation across our hospitality offerings, with an upcoming 800 keys that will enrich our growing portfolio and provide exceptional experiences for travelers. And the future is bright. In the coming period, we will be announcing partnerships with multiple premium brands on branded residence, which I'm personally very excited about. These partnerships will set new standards in luxury living, allowing us to deliver unparalleled experiences to our customers. We're also looking forward to a number of announcements across entertainment, hospitality, leisure, education, and retail, which will further complement the offerings across Ras Al Khaimah and cement its position as a leading destination in the region. As tourism continues to grow, we aim to leverage this momentum by providing exciting tourism offerings. Of course, this is all being realized with a strong commitment to the government's vision for sustainability and innovation. And we are actively working together to foster a sustainable future in line with Vision 2030. This is another important aspect that makes MENA unique, our focus of sustainable living and environmental integration. We are home to more than 7,000 trees which support migratory birds and create a relaxing green environment for the residents. The 2 million square feet of mangrove forests in MENA provide a haven to more than 200 species of birds, including a thriving population of around 4,000 flamingos during the winter, a turtle sanctuary, and a thriving bee population, a great place for nature and wildlife enthusiasts to visit. Ultimately, our goal is to create unique experiences that cater to a diverse spectrum of people with a variety of interests. The future is bright for our emirate, with its GDP forecasted to increase by 80% in 2030. This will have massive benefits, positively impacting the community well-being, and will enhance the quality of life for Emiratis and residents alike living in the emirate. I look forward to working with all of you towards realizing the vision for 2030. Thank you very much for your time. Let's connect and create things together for this emirate.
Thank you so much. Well, I'm very excited to introduce our next speaker on the stage today. I know we've all been super excited to find out the latest updates of the UAE's very first gaming resort right here in Ras Al Khaimah. Today, the president of the all-new gaming resort here in the UAE, he's going to be joining us on the stage as the head of Wynn Resort Al Marjan. He's going to be joining us to take us through the latest construction updates and the tremendous project, the tremendous progress that's been happening at the site ahead of its official opening scheduled for 2027. Now, today he's going to be joining us on the stage to explain why this project is set to become such an iconic landmark, not just here in Ras Al Khaimah or the UAE, but really the region as a whole, and why it's set to be such a game changer for Al Marjan in particular. So today he's going to be giving you an exclusive first look to help us understand exactly what the gaming facilities will look like, what the incredible luxury suites and high-end hotels are going to be looking like, as well as the restaurants, bars, pools, spa facilities, and so much more. I can assure you the information he is sharing with us today, you will not have heard anywhere else. Now, he is the newly appointed president of Wynn Resort Al Marjan. He brings to the role an incredible wealth of experience, having held a number of leadership roles with the Wynn team over in Las Vegas. And that's helped him have an incredible, ambitious vision for this project. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the president of Wynn Resort Al Marjan, Ms. Max Tapana, to the stage.
Good morning, Max Tapiner. Pleasure to be here. Thank you for the invite. Engineer Abdullah, Tariq, Rocky, congratulations on what's been established here thus far. I mean, what an exciting story and what a privilege for us to be part of this growth story. Wynn Al Marjan, we couldn't be more excited for this opportunity. There's really only 3 gaming markets in the world that currently exist that can drive and have the financial stomach for a full integrated resort such as this. It's in Macau and it's in Las Vegas and Singapore. We believe this to be the 4th market that can stomach a big integrated resort such as this. And we put our mouth where our money. We put our money where our mouth is. This is the largest foreign direct investment in the UAE, in excess of $2 billion by Wynn Resorts, and then obviously our JV partners contribute the rest for one of the largest private developments ever in the UAE. So we couldn't be more excited. I personally, from Europe, I worked in the United States. I did my MBA in Australia. I spent a lot of time in Singapore. So I personally have traveled the world, and I couldn't be more excited about this opportunity here. And equally so, I've made an investment myself in this market as well. But let's get to the project. Ras Al Khaimah, as you know, top of the tent, the northernmost emirate. And as you can see, the architecture is a reflection of that. We're building a 70-story needle, and so as you enter the space, as you approach Ras Al Khaimah, we very much have a signature and state-of-the-art design for this building that will be stunning once fully revealed. We'll get into kind of a company overview here. We currently have 4 operating units: Wynn Palace, Wynn Macau, Encore Boston Harbor, and then obviously Wynn and Encore Las Vegas. With only 4 business units, we're in the top 5 hospitality players in the world. 4 business units, one of the top 5 hospitality players in the world by revenue and revenue terms. And so we're super excited to add a 5th one, which should have the same kind of revenue production. But by any measure that you can come up with, we are one of the highest performers, if not the highest performer in any market that we operate. Highest revenue per room, highest profit per room. We hold the most 5-star designations. If you're not familiar with the Forbes 5 stars, it is the gold medal in hospitality. We hold the most 5-star designations out of any independent hospitality provider. And so you have some stats here. But again, I think the point here is that the building that we're building here, along with our joint venture partners, will certainly be part of an incredibly rich portfolio. Raki and Tarek touched on this already. The geographic location of the UAE is fantastic for us. Now, with the opening of Wynn Al Marjan for Wynn, we will be able to touch 96% of the world population within an 8-hour flight. And in fact, the Wynn Al Marjan specifically, within 8 hours, will be able to touch 76% of the world population. And not only that, but the propensity to spend of this population and the concentration of wealth certainly is a recipe for success that we believe to be one of the biggest market opportunities that we've seen in gaming in decades. Just a quick breakdown of the project itself. I won't reveal too much today, but I'll give you a flavor of what we're building. But essentially, there's a few firsts. First gaming resort in the UAE. It's our first beach resort for us. It is the largest foreign direct investment into the UAE. So it's a first on many levels. And here you can just see a few elements and amenities of the project that we believe will drive a lot of demand. Number one, we'll have the marina with 80 slips. And as you know, somebody who can afford a boat, they can afford many other things. And we intend to offer them amenities to spend on a lot of other things. So there's a small marina attached to the building. We have 22 marina estates who will cater to the absolute most discerning guests coming to the region. In fact, we're privileged to work with His Highness on 2 of those, and many more, obviously, but 2 of those will have the DNA of the region and the most discerning customers all over them. Then we have the conference center, which very much will be geared to Indian weddings, but also corporate events. Then a very large casino, which is larger than our casino in Las Vegas, as well as in Encore Boston Harbor, and will rival some of the best-in-class casinos in Macau. The actual tower itself, as you can see, from a coloring standpoint, we pay homage to our buildings in Las Vegas and Macau. You have the beautiful bronze on the facade, and then we complement it with a beautiful white gold to really stand out. And the tower will be stunning in the morning hours as well as in the evening hours, but certainly also during the day. And then we have a beautiful beachfront and a day club that we believe will provide a certain sense of entertainment that might be missing currently in the market. And when we consider this market, when you consider what Dubai does luxury and glamour extremely well. There's very few markets that do luxury and glamour as well as Dubai does. What we believe, where we will be additive to luxury and glamour, which, by the way, we do extremely well, is that we will offer a layer of entertainment and a layer of fun that will sit above the glamour and the luxury. So from a foundational product standpoint, we believe we build a best-in-class product, but the programming and the activations that sit beyond the product is what will be the key differentiators. Construction updates, I won't go into too much detail. You can certainly go and see the site, and Tarek and Raki gave a great update. But we're moving at rapid pace, working with Graham and the team. They are best-in-class builders. We feel very privileged to be working with the team. And look, to build something like this in this part of the world takes vision, it takes courage, and it takes financial fortitude. And we couldn't be more privileged to have partners that see it the same way we do. And so we couldn't be more impressed by the collaboration with Graham and the team. We're moving at a rapid pace, and we believe to be fully completed by the end of 2026, so that we can get ready for the opening at the beginning of 2027. A few teasers on renderings. Usually we don't open our kimono too early with renderings, but we'll share a few renderings here in a moment. But again, I think the integrated resort opportunity, when you consider that we're introducing a product that is a big, new, shiny toy into this region, where this region loves a new, big, shiny toy, we feel very good. Number 2, there is limited competition. And whenever you have limited competition, you tend to do extremely well. And in this part of the world, currently, we're privileged to not have a competitor in market. But should that change, we love to compete. and we certainly would be ready. Proximity to DXB is key. A property such as ours, driving almost 1 million room nights, we need a strong airport in the region, and DXB is a best-in-class airport, and I believe drives the second most volume in the world. So again, a great engine from a airport standpoint. And then again, we have customers in the region already. In the region, we currently have relationships and customers who currently are very active in the region. And so again, we feel very good about the economic opportunity. To put into scale the size of the building, once built, will be the largest building in the Emirate. But for comparison sake, we listed a couple of our potential competitors in the region here. And now a few pictures. The design of this space that is driven out of Las Vegas by Todd Lanahan, who's our president of design, will be an iconic design. Once revealed, I think you will be in awe, and I think the market will have never seen anything like what we're designing and building. On the bottom right is the lobby, a beautiful lobby experience with many nods towards this region and the sense of place. Beautiful views overlooking the ocean. On the top right is an extension of the lobby as you get to the elevators, and on the left-hand side is the porte cochere, the arrival experience to the resort. A few more renderings. Our rooms on the top left, the main casino, the royal apartments, which will be absolutely stunning, and then the high-limit main salon. Again, just some interior shots to provide a quick flavor. And then, of course, the food and beverage program. The food and beverage programming for Wynn is always brand defining. And so we intend to have a food and beverage offering that is truly best in class and transcend anything that we currently could competing with in the region. And a few more renderings of the ocean promenade, where we'll have most of our retail, the ballroom space, which we currently call the Coral Court, and additional spaces, all of which will be absolutely stunning. The spa entrance, the salon entrance, the pool promenade, the pool complex. In this part of the world, the pool experience and the beach experience are brand defining, and so we intend to build the absolute best pool and beach experience available in market. Look, what can I say? We feel extremely strong about this opportunity. It takes somebody very special to build a building like this. It takes somebody very special to build a Ferrari. Somebody that is committed to the absolute best and will not compromise on their vision. Take somebody very special. Also, take somebody very special to drive a Ferrari. We will intend to drive this asset as fast as we possibly can to make sure that we will fulfill the vision of His Highness and the region here. With that, thank you very much. I'm looking forward to meeting you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I was asking Max earlier, I said, come on, just between friends, tell me, are we on track for the opening? And he said, absolutely, first quarter of 2027. So that construction is certainly proceeding very quickly. Well, I'm delighted to welcome our next speaker to the stage. He's one of the key executives at Hamra, one of the top real estate developers and investment companies here in the UAE. They are the name responsible for incredible projects here in Ras Al Khaimah, the likes of the Waldorf Astoria, the Ritz-Carlton Al Hamra, and the recently launched Sofitel Al Hamra as well. Now, today he's going to be joining us on the stage to take us through the details of the ongoing projects, which ones are now ready for handover, and what is coming next in the pipeline. He's got some exciting announcements to share with you as well. Christopher Hewitt is the Senior Vice President and Head of Hospitality at Al Hamra. He's spent more than 15 years in the MENA region and has won a number of his awards for commitment to the hospitality industry as well. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Christopher Hewitt to the stage. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you very much for coming here to Ras Al Khaimah on a Friday to learn all about what is happening here in this beautiful emirate. It is a pleasure to welcome you to the Hamra International Convention Centre, one of the best places in the Emirate to hold an exhibition of this nature, and also has got a fantastic view of what's happening outside over at Wynn. Today, we come together to discuss the topic that has captured both regional and international attention, the future of Ras Al Khaimah, a true destination of the future. I would like to, first of all, begin by acknowledging a pivotal role each one of you has made in shaping Ras Al Khaimah's growth and transformation. It's my privilege to share this platform with such a distinguished contributors to the Emirates journey. So, for those of you who are new to Ras Al Khaimah, I'd like to provide a small history of our Hamra. As a premier lifestyle developer and investment company, our Hamra has led the way in Ras Al Khaimah's development over the last 21 years. Our single focus has always been clear: to elevate Ras Al Khaimah's appeal as a place to live, invest, and visit. Along the way, we have achieved many firsts in the Emirate: the first shopping mall, the first gated residential community, the first fully serviced marina, the first 5-star luxury resort, the first beach resort, and very soon, the first luxury beach club. Our story began with our Hamra village, Ras Al Khaimah's first integrated and gated residential community. This development set a new standard in the quality of life of the Emirate, sparking interest from new residences, businesses, and global investors. Following this, we expanded into world-class hospitality, bringing landmark establishments to Ras Al Khaimah, including the Water of Astoria, Ritz-Carlton Al Hamra Beach, and the recently renovated Sofitel Al Hamra. Coupled with premier leisure, retail, and entertainment facilities, these offerings have created a vibrant community, enriching the lives of residents and enhancing the Emirates' appeal and reputation. Our drive and dedication is never ending. Through our partnership with the DP World Tour, we hosted Ras Al Khaimah's first truly global event, the Ras Al Khaimah Championship. For the past 3 years, this event has broadcast the splendor and beauty of Ras Al Khaimah to millions of households worldwide, and has truly captured the attention of a global audience. While we celebrate our achievements, our vision remains forward-looking. Our Hamra is fully committed and aligned with Ras Al Khaimah's Vision 2030 to position the Emirate as a top destination for investment, business, residential living, and tourism. So let me tell you how we're going to be doing this. Our ambitious 5-year plan includes substantial enhancements to our existing portfolio and a new phase of luxury and upper upscale developments to support the Emirates' population growth. We've seen earlier today with Tarek's presentation that there is going to be a shortage of roughly 45,000 residential units by 2030. And we, as Al Hamra, are committed to try and provide as much of that residential supply as we possibly can. These projects that we will be launching are going to reinforce the premier lifestyle experiences, high-quality products, and world-class services in Ras Al Khaimah. Our recent residential launches exemplify this vision. The Water of Astoria residences in Ras Al Khaimah, and the beautiful hotel next to us, is featuring 43 ultra-luxury residences, penthouses, sky palaces, and beachfront mansions. This project stands alone as the Emirates' most prestigious address. The landmark will offer unparalleled living with sophisticated interiors, expansive world-class amenities, and stunning views of the Arabian Gulf and our Marjan Island Resort. Our other project, our Hamra Waterfront, is located on the banks of our Hamra Marina. This project will have 622 residences and apartments, 19 townhouses, and a variety of recreational amenities and services across 5 residential towers. This project will be the forefront of waterfront living and vibrancy in Ras Al Khaimah. Additionally, we're excited to announce that we're going to be handing over 2 of our other projects next year. This is Falcon Island, which is a luxury, vibrant island villa living community, and they are Hamra Marina residences. Our strategy goes beyond real estate. Our recent upgrades to our Hamra's integrated tourism destination includes the ambitious Al Hamra Boardwalk, a 1.2-kilometer beachfront leisure attraction. The boardwalk will feature a wide range of services and amenities, and also include Ras Al Khaimah's first luxury beach club. In collaboration with the Ras Group, the UAE's leading independent food and beverage and beach club operator, we are creating a beach club that not only provides an extraordinary entertainment and dining experience, but also celebrates the unique history and architecture of the region. As we look forward to the future, Al Hamra is committed to pioneering projects that support Ras Al Khaimah's vision, and to be a leading destination for residents, businesses, and tourists. We are proud to have played a pivotal role in this journey, working alongside our stakeholders to ensure that each project is impactful, sustainable, and community-orientated. I thank you for being here today. Your presence, enthusiasm, and engagement reflects our shared commitment to a prosperous future of Ras Al Khaimah. Together, we are shaping the future where Ras Al Khaimah stands as the beacon of luxury, of innovation, and opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I must say, very inspiring words about the future of Ras Al Khaimah and the Emirates' incredible ambitions. Well, our next speaker today is going to be joining us on the stage as the Chief Development Officer at Marjan. He's going to be joining us to take us through the details of the ambitious development roadmap that Marjan has on the horizon, and just how it's going to contribute to Ras Al Khaimah's over economic and tourism goals. Something we've mentioned a few times today, the fact that Ras Al Khaimah hopes to attract an incredible 3.5 million tourists to the Emirate by 2030, and having incredible attractions, having incredible luxury resorts, beachfront locations, the incredible mountains, desert landscapes too. All of that is going to play a key role in creating that success. I'm very pleased to welcome Mr. Graham Hallett, the Chief Development Officer of Marjan, to the stage. He's going to be taking us through that roadmap, and he also has a very big announcement of a huge project that's coming soon. Let's make him welcome.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I will try and make this short. And the reason I can make this short is because you've heard from wonderful leaders in Ras Al Khaimah and wonderful organizations. And actually, the points that they make are all integrated into what we try and do at Marjan, which is enable master plans, which enable developers, enable our colleagues to really move forward. On the screen, you'll see a master plan and a visioning document that before we went and started drawing, we looked at best in class. I think, again, with Max, with Wynn, we have best-in-class partners. We looked at best-in-class consultants. So we employed Gensler out of DC. They are the leading master planners and urban regeneration architects in the world. This master plan is 100 square meters, 100 square kilometers, should I say. And it is in the southern area of Ras Al Khaimah. This master plan, this visioning document, was it developed in the last 2 to 3 years. So it is quite extraordinary that today a number of the key elements still hold true. You will see Al Marjan Island on the top left-hand of the screen. You will see the E311, the E611, and I'll come on to that in the future of this presentation with regards to the importance of connectivity. When we embarked on this visioning document and all visioning documents with regards to the Emirate of Ras Al Khaimah, whether it's the mountain, whether it's the deserts, whether it's the amazing coastline and the waters, we do look at ourselves and we do try and understand what we want to be in relation to our emirate, in relation to our other neighbors, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Sharjah, and the rest of the Emirates. And we really want to complement their offering with our offering. So what is Ras Al Khaimah? You've heard it, I think, from every speaker today. It's definitely a home. It's definitely a holiday. It is and will become a city. It's a getaway. It's a gateway to our wonderful foothills, Jebel Jais. It's a sanctuary in the desert. We've heard of Ritz-Carlton in the desert, which is an amazing property, and the wonderland of the sea that you see outside of you, and that Al Marjan Island and the Wynn Resort can benefit from. Very, very important. We use the word integrated for the Wynn Resort. I can tell you, having been here 7 years, having been in the region 23 years, Ras Al Khaimah itself is integrated. We do a lot of research with our wonderful leadership. We have access to our leadership. We do wonderful research with all of our colleagues and our companies that have spoken to you today. We also do wonderful research with our colleagues in municipality and public works and people who run sewage treatment plants, because they are equally as important for us when we're planning a city. These are some of the takeaways from those. From the takeaways of those, we realized what we didn't want to be, and we realized what we wanted to strive to be. Connecting, I think you heard that from Engineer Abdullah. We don't want to be separated, we want to be connected. We want to obviously have people come up from Dubai, from Abu Dhabi, fly into Dubai, fly into Ras Al Khaimah indeed. But once you're within our master plans, we want them to be connected. We want them to be mixed use. We want them to be low and mid-rise. You've seen some wonderful designs, Al Marjan Islands, and I really ask you to have a look at the model. It's not just a model, it's a model of actual properties and actual designs. And we take great pride to work with our investors and try and create a human scale. Try and create a scale of low to mid-rise. Max, you're okay. You're a one-off. And we also want to have mobility choice. We'll be introducing with our colleagues from RAK Transport Authority a wonderful transportation and mobility plan over the next 1 to 2 years. That will be micro-mobility, mass bus rapid transit systems, walkability as well as cycling. The environment is very important to us. I'm sure you've noticed when you drive up from Dubai or Abu Dhabi, we're a green emirate. We are actually green. We do have an area that is now restricted for development. We've actually cordoned that off and said no more development. So we really are very proud of our ecology, of our mountains, of our wadi systems, and we want to use that to the best of our ability. Iconic. Yeah, again, Max, you've trumped me, you can be iconic, but we really want to be authentic. Authentic is the key, and I think you've heard that today running through all the presentations. We are all interlinked, we are all authentic, we speak the same talk. Sprawling, no. Healthcare, very important. I'm lucky, as part of the Marjan team, to advise into many Ras Al Khaimah entities. RAK Hospital, they are going to build a new world-class hospital. RAK Academy, they are going to build two new world-class education systems. RAK Airport, we are looking at designing a new terminal to to enhance the experience, as well as new hangaring systems, and most definitely a private jet terminal as well. The last point I really want to emphasize, passive cooling, too hot. We are blessed with our environment. We are blessed with prevailing winds, with the mountains, and our leadership is driving us to create outdoor cooling comfort areas, to create walkable areas, whether it's in the shade, whether it's covered systems, whether it's the use of the old cooling tower techniques bringing into the modern systems. We are driving that forward. So these are the pillars of Ras Al Khaimah with regards to our master planning and visioning document for the whole of the Emirate. Education is a foundation stone and almost not worth speaking about because that's a given. Enable connections and promote livability. We want you to walk. We want to bring the streets in narrower. We want to bring the buildings down lower. We want it to be tree-lined. So we want you to be able to walk to the shops, to the restaurant, to the beach. We are looking at 15-minute cities. Ecology, very important. Al Marjan Island, as an island today, if you look at it, does not use one drop of tap water. It's all recycled. So it's very important to us to prioritize ecology, to prioritize harvesting stormwater, to prioritize our water system and use it to allow the walkability to happen. These are just a few slides which actually show on the left the green emirate, on the right the actual desert, but that green on the left is a wadi system and shows down by the airport how green the emirate can be if you actually apply ecological regeneration sustainable techniques. This is with regards to the importance of cities. We want it to be a city, we want it to be walkable, but we really want that whole loop of city regeneration to take us around, to take us through work, entertainment, and play, so that we can create sustainable, livable areas. We don't want, and my CEO, Abdullah, touched on this with a wonderful presentation of RAK Central. We don't want to have communities that are single use. We want live, we want work, we want play. Actually, RAK Central is about 3 million square feet. There's residences, you can walk to your office or you can walk to the market square. Very important that we do mixed use. These are some of the iterations that we went through and that shows the green belt. Interestingly, when we were looking at the area outside here, I can tell you a secret. We looked at bringing in a canal, water. Water is king. Bring the canal inland, build buildings, sell high rate. No, no. We honestly believe, and it is proving right, that ecology, walkability, parks, open spaces, public realm is more valuable. And you will see that in our future developments. We've talked a lot about the use of TSE, a literally very dirty word, but extremely important in the sustainable nature of Ras Al Khaimah and the longevity of using all of our resources. They get fed into our master plans very intentionally. We go back to areas that we've looked at and where we're going to enhance. We don't mind looking at other successful master plans, and we will come down, bring them in, condense them, and use them for our own good. We are actually looking at outdoor livability, and we are very excited that we are researching with some key brands in the world, cooling nodes that use no power, that provide potential cooling areas in the midday sun that goes down 10 or 12 degrees. Mobility is very important. We work with RAK Transport Authority. who are driving the integration of what we design on our public rights of way, on our road systems, whether it's bus rapid transit, whether it's micro-mobility. And that leads to the designs of our streetscapes, and to make sure that our streetscapes are as narrow as possible, whilst adding to the micro-mobility, which allows you to walk, but to get from A to B. This is a network of about 100 square kilometers. You will see the E311. You will see the E611 down to the bottom is the airport. We're hoping and striving that from touching down at RAK Airport, you will be in your hotel room within 15 minutes on Al Marjan Island. To that end, we also want the experience of people from Dubai and Abu Dhabi to be enhanced when they come to Al Marjan Island or the Wynn Resort. And we are actually introducing a brand new junction on the E311, a new border road, a new bridge that, if you so wish, can take you directly to the Wynn Resort. We are also investing heavily in our existing infrastructure. So from here in Al Marjan Island up towards the downtown of Ras Al Khaimah, past Mina Al Arab, up to the Northern Emirates, we have the E11. We will be investing billions to upgrade that into a wonderful walkable right-of-way, as well as the highway, as well as a bus rapid transit system. And we will progressively work throughout the Emirate from south to north. This is an area closer to home. We are actually sat up on the top right-hand corner. This is a visioning document of perhaps what it would look like in 10, 15, 20 years, and we're extremely excited. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I promised our real estate brokers in the room that we would have a big announcement at the end of the day. We've got an incredible cash prize, not only one cash prize, but in fact 2 cash prizes. So with that in mind, I'm delighted to welcome back to the stage who's going to be giving you all the details. Please welcome the CEO of Marjan, Engineer Abdullah Al Abdulli. Let's make him welcome. Thank you.
Good afternoon again, and I won't take much of your time. Thank you for being part of that. To reward all of you who really attended this event, we are announcing 2 rewards. Number 1, for the individual who will be able to sell the highest ticket of investment for a real estate product of Ras Al Khaimah, we will award that individual a 1 million Emirati dirham. The second one is for the broker or the agency who are able to achieve the highest number of transactions along with the highest values as well. We will award them a 1 million Emirati dirham. This rewards has a time frame of 2 months till the end of the year to enable everyone to work hard to sell Ras Al Khaimah better and better, and see you hopefully in 2025. Thank you for being part of the event, and enjoy the rest of your time in our emirate. Thank you then.
Well, thank you so much, Engineer Abdullah. Thank you to each and every one of you for joining us this morning. I hope you've enjoyed yourself as much as we have, as we've shared the details with you of the future of Ras Al Khaimah. I would very much encourage you all to check out the incredible models that we have in our lobby entrance there to see some of these projects and what they will look like in real life. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a fantastic day.